With us getting into the fall season, and by extension the pre-Halloween season, survival horror is the perfect thing to get into right now. You could say that it's the season for it, and it seems that right here, right now, we have such a title that you can do just that with. Cronos: The New Dawn is a brand new game from Bloober Team, hot off the success of their take with Silent Hill 2 Remake, a game that was generally seen as good to great by many gamers. They very much liked it. I played it, I liked it myself, and I was honestly even more interested in completing their original game with Cronos than anything else they've been working on. Once I started to see some of the early talks, with some people saying it feels a bit like Dead Space-like, and even with touches of Metro, well then that was all I needed to get interested in it. I had a chance to sit down with it, some of the initial parts, and so far I like what I've played. If you're interested in PC games and other ways to support the channel, check out my Fanatical link in the description and pinned comment. The site provides many PC games, usually at a discount, so whether you check out Cronos there or something else entirely, it's all going to help the channel. Thanks, and now back to Cronos.
Speak. And if the tools are not willing, they will be.
Starting out, I really like the tone and atmosphere that is conveyed here. You are alone, and man, you feel it here. The visuals and sound design do a lot of the heavy lifting to make the player feel like they are in this foreign place. Yes, we are in a survival horror game, and Cronos does use many of the tropes, of course, but at the same time it also works to fashion this unique sense of loneliness and a bit of dread as well. Something I have no idea about is the story. It starts and I was like, okay, we're going full on with the approach of I don't understand what is going on at all. It doesn't even feel like I have some sort of reference point where I start out understanding a bit and then just getting confused along the way. This just starts confusing. It starts mysterious, and that clarification really isn't brought to my attention yet. In this way, I have no idea where the story is going, or if it'll end up being satisfying by the end. But as it sort of weaves with a strong mystery vibe, along with the other elements that sort of create this tension through its presentation, I think in this case it all works together well. That feeling of the unknown is always a strong thing. Starting out with no basis for anything, it all is foreign, and even more so, I'm continually asking what is going on, where am I, or even who am I?
Welcome to the location, traveler. Your task is to find your predecessor, ND3500. Secure the anchor. Let our work continue. The collective grants you the aid of this relic. It is a ship blade EPH-611. May it serve you all three.
Such is our calling.
Such is our calling. Please step out of the sarcophagus to begin your task.
I do want to reiterate again, I honestly have no idea what the context is with this story. When possible, I prefer to go into my games about as blind as I can. So when I saw this title, I saw some of the gameplay and trailers, and just bits from them. I was like, yup, this is exactly something that interests me. Now whether this ends up being something that can deliver is another story. When I was just seeing it, I was like, oh, this tickles my fancy. Is this something to try and dive into? I really only need a bit to see if it's going to interest me, in most situations I would say. To further clarify, I never watched an entire gameplay segment or even a full-on trailer. I even told a friend of mine who was visiting that I was interested in this game, and he went and watched some of the full trailers, and I opted to still not to. When it comes down to this type of stuff, it spoils some of that initial discovery. Going in blind whenever possible, I feel is one of the best ways to experience a game, and I'm not really swayed by other people's opinions or anything like that. If something looks good, I'm gonna want to try it regardless. But those initial reviews, especially the brutal stuff you find on Steam, that helps so that you can know if the game is a technical mess, or if the game has any game-breaking bugs, because those guys let you know, and they will let you know honestly. But long story short, I didn't mean to go into a full-on tangent horse with this on Cronos, but going in blind with this game, and with it being the fall season now, we will soon be entering the full-on Halloween month. Well, Cronos seems to have picked the perfect time to come out then. I don't know about you, but sometimes, depending on the season, I get in the mood to play something particular for that season. And now seems like the best time for some survival horror. As of right now, with my initial moments with this game, it seems like we're gonna be eating good so far.
Traveler ND3576 initiating the travel log. Triangulating the fallen predecessor's last known location. Commencing search.
For those new to the channel, these types of videos where I only play a little bit of the game and then talk about it. This is so for any newcomers for that game. They can kind of be like, alright, I've never played the game before. Is this really going to interest me? Is there something about this that's worth checking it out, especially for those initial moments? With a mountain of games being released every month, so many choices, those initial parts can really pull you in, or not. And so while this is not a full game review, this helps to try and give you a bit of a taste on what the game is going to be like. Sometimes it foreshadows on what it might be like after the intro too, really properly teasing and getting those hooks into the player. Sometimes an intro is too slow and not as engaging, but later on it improves as the game goes along. And if I make more videos on the game, I can elaborate on that too. Sometimes the intro is the only good part and the title falls apart, but that is kind of some of the fun when going on these journeys. So back to specifically on Cronos. As it pertains to combat, this feels violent and very personal. I've only encountered threats one-on-one, each one of them being full of tension and a sense of relief when the enemies are then dead. Now with this being a survival horror game, I always feel the need to then try and conserve as much ammo as possible, because I don't know what the next encounter is going to be like. I am thinking about how to get through the fight right now, and then be left with enough resources for the fights ahead of me. And that really forces the player to be as efficient as possible. One thing I think I need to toy around with more is what appears to be the charge shots to the legs. They will cause the enemy to go down and be stunned, allow for some melee hits at other times, and that inconsistency is odd. I don't know if this is just an inconsistency on the game's part of its own. I would love to hear more from those who have played it on how they thought about hitting enemies with a charge shot to the leg, and then how often an enemy would then drop so that you can melee them. My initial thinking was, when I was going up against these enemies, is to sort of stun them, whether through maybe a headshot or knocking out their leg, so that you can go in and then stomp them or punch them around and then shoot them again. This sort of allowing you to do damage on a continual basis, but not using up all your ammo in one fight. I honestly don't know which of these methods are better for these enemies. So as of right now, I am enjoying it. I want to see this one through. If you're interested in picking this one up, or other PC games, check out the affiliate link I mentioned in the intro, as you can get a discount on the Fanatical site usually, and use my link as it helps out the channel. Thank you, and what are your thoughts on Cronos? Let me know all of this in the comments down below. If you're interested in supporting the channel, please check out my Patreon page. For just $1 a month, you can help to keep this channel going strong, and this allows me to be able to do more for my awesome audience. Please check out the links in the description and pinned comment for ways to support the channel. And most of all, thank you very much for watching.